So in addition to that, I'll give a couple examples real quick here of things that how we've applied Process Playground and how we've communicated the impact of it. So in our first case study, we have a manufacturing line. I've kind of edited out some of the specific names here, but it's a kind of semi-automated manufacturing line with some manual assembly steps. This project came to me. There's a black belt that I was coaching that said, we need to improve the UPLH of our line. We need to improve the output of our line. Anecdotally, or through surveys, we heard that this pin station, we'll call it the pin station, was causing a ton of problems. And there was a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress about this pin station. It was really frustrating for the people on the line. It was becoming a real headache for the manufacturing manager and everybody on the line. Was really having trouble with this. So the first thing that came up when we were, as I was hearing about the different solutions that were being shown, one of them was, hey, let's duplicate this station. It's too much of a headache. We need to get 2 of them out there so that we can get more stuff through there. Now, everybody on this call probably gets as nervous as I do when you hear, hey, let's duplicate a bad process. So I said, how can we show this team that duplicating that station is probably not the answer and that reducing variation is something that's going to help? So the first thing we did was we modeled it in Process Playground. We have our assumptions here. We have our actual yield at each step. We have 8 team members, and this is our available time. So after we built this model, it took a little bit of time, but we were able to get what's actually happening on the line at the current state. We were seeing that we were getting 482 units per shift, and our UPLH was at 7.53. So I said, okay, this is easy. I can just show you what'll happen if we duplicate that pin station. So I created a duplicate server of the pin station. We had needed to add another person to the line that would run that pin station. And look, we got a little bit more output. 538 was meeting the target. Our UPLH was about the same. But then I showed, what if we could not duplicate that station, but we could eliminate 20% of the variation, the top 20% of that variation? How could we, if we did that, we'd get that, actually, this worked out perfectly, the same 538 units, but our UPLH would go up to 8.4. And when we showed it this way, the team said, oh my gosh, yes, this is exactly what we need to do. We need to attack that variation. We need to minimize it and mitigate it. This is the outcome that we want. So it became a really quick and effective tool to communicate that and steer the team away from duplicating a bad line or a bad process. This became a black belt project to eliminate the variation in this process. That was a fantastic project. Team was really happy with this, and they're actually applying that same methodology as they go through green belt projects and as they're going along.